Rabbi Mintz was discussing marriages working out. We have an online question, and that is a marriage of Isaac and Rebecca. Isaac was decades older than Rebecca was. How did that work?
Well, two things. Number one, the maturity of those times are much different than now. Even Rebecca was only 3 years old when she got married. A 3-year-old then was equal to, who knows, probably a 20-year-old today. The maturity level was much higher than it is today. It wasn't like married a little girl 3 years old. That wasn't the case at all. Even physically, she went through the water for all the camels. So she was a little girl 3 years old. How could she throw a little girl? So physically, she was certainly much stronger, and spiritually, and her maturity level was much stronger than the 3-year-old today. We can't compare it.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. How old was Rebecca when she got married to Isaac according to the Jewish sources? Let's check together in Shabbat.org. What did Rabbi Rashi commentary said? If you read in Genesis chapter 25 verse 20, let's read together verse 20. It says, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Aramean, to himself for a wife. Now, what did Rabbi Rashi said? He said here, you read, the life of Sarah was 127 years. This makes Isaac 37 years old, and at that time Rebekah was born. He waited for her until she would be fit for marital relations, 3 years, and then married her. So Rabbi Rashi said that Isaac married Rebekah when she was 3 years old. Let's check what the Talmud says about the young marriage or 3 years old marriage. If you go to the Talmud, we read here in Sanhedrin 55b verse 4, it says, a girl who is 3 years and 1 day old, whose father arranged her betrothal betrothed with intercourse, as the legal status of intercourse with her in that of full-fledged intercourse. So it says here 3 years and 1 day. If you go also in Nida 44b verse number 9, it says Mishnah, a girl who is 3 years and 1 day old, whose father arranged her betrothal, is betrothed through intercourse. As up to the end of the verse, it says also that at the age of 3 years and 1 day she can get married. Come again here. If you come also to Nida 45a verse 9, it says, someone asked, my teacher, what age is a woman fit to marry? At what age is appropriate for a woman to engage intercourse? Which would therefore be the appropriate time to marry? Rabbi Yehuda said to her, she must be at least 3 years and 1 day old. Again, in Sanhedrin chapter 54b, from verse 20 all the way to verse 23, it says that she can marry at the age of 3 years old. So those are the sources, Jewish sources, prove to you that Isaac got married to Rebekah when she was 3 years old. And that was the interpretation of Rabbi Rashi to Genesis chapter 25 verse 20. And I'm quoting this from Shabbat.org. جزاكم الله خير. بارك الله فيكم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. And peace be with everyone.